2, 3. I got an email not too long ago from a pilot. He said he's got a good size model using 2 3-cell battery packs, probably similar to the two I have here. And right after flying this airplane, he says that he cannot hold the battery packs for more than 2 or 3 seconds at a time because they're just so hot. And otherwise the airplane is flying fine and everything looks good. But he asked me, I have a feeling something's not right. And of course I had to agree. And I could have told him about all the computations that he could have done to confirm this. Look, get a watt meter, measure the current, measure, look at the capacity, look at the C rating. But what was the point? I mean, it was obvious to me that he had a big problem on his hands. Every time he flew, he was damaging, he's damaging his battery packs. So he has to do something about it. No point in going through all that extra trouble of doing the computations. So there's a couple of things I told him right away. First of all, he has to increase the amount of cooling air over the battery packs. That's important. Think about getting a battery packs with higher capacity because that will lower the load on them. Also think about getting a battery pack with a higher C rating. Similarly, it will lower the load so they're not going to get as hot. And finally, consider using a smaller propeller. Now, of course, that means you won't have as much power, but it's going to lower the burden on the battery pack so that they're not, they're being tortured right now. If you can't hold them, that's really bad. So anyway, I gave him these tips, and then he came back and said, I think you're right. I don't think there's any cooling air in there. And the manufacturer of the airplane actually recommended a higher C rating on the batteries than what I'm using. So yeah, so right there, those two, definitely a problem. And then he mentioned that it was a ducted fan, which just really kind of confirmed everything that I was thinking, because ducted fans, first of all, I mean, everything is buried in the fuselage, so it tends to be a challenge to cool everything down. The motor is going to get hot, but also the batteries and speed control and everything else. So it's a big challenge getting enough air in there. But the other thing with ducted fans is that they're very power hungry. So you need to be pushing the batteries to their limit. So you probably need pretty good batteries with a high C rating just to fly the airplane. Never mind anything that you're doing wrong. It's just the nature of these types of airplanes. So I hope you learned something. Until next time.